It's your boy Drizzy Drake.
This is my intro.
DJ okay.
And hey, YouTube, this is me. There's no reason to fucking. I ain't one for the tough talk. He just got a cold. Don't be around if the gun cough. Push your wig back like when you're driving around top off. And I pop off, so hurry up and get your shots off. Dropped off, son, so you can hurry get my racks off. God knows my beans, some of my products for the shots off. Got off that green, but I'm hot like some hot sauce. If you get what I mean, don't be around after the drop off. Who might form a team and up ahead is a chopper? They don't got what they need. They should have called the helicopters. All the red and black, they don't pop like my gun do. In case I get a problem on my phone, I'll call this young dude. Meet me on the block so we can hit him with the 1-2. Make a roadblock so I can dip like the sun do. So I can dip like the sun do. Pull over the roadblock so I can dip like the sun do. Yeah. Yeah, so I know you guys are looking for some Bozo Chronicles, so I'm doing some Bozo Chronicles right now, so that's why I had this type of intro. We're gonna change, we're gonna go back to normal. Alright, so here it goes. Alright, I think you're recording. Now listen, I gotta talk from somebody. You said, yo, we miss your old school videos. Go back to your old school videos where you just do straight and clear. You talk about drugs or prostitutes or fighting or prison. So that's what I'm gonna do for you guys. Cause I listen to you. Like I said, I'm just a talking head. It's your fucking channel. You know what I mean? So today, that's why I did that shit, like, you know what I mean, for my intro, because I'm having a problem, didn't fix it yet. I'm gonna go through some shit. First, I'm gonna say only 2 people did what they were supposed to do to win the stuff, and I had a choice between the guy and the girl, you know. So I picked the girl. Come to find out, the girl wrote me other messages that got deleted. YouTube does things for me because I got a channel. When they're bots, they just erase videos. They erase their messages. But the thing is, I could see that they had a message and see what it begins at. Where I click it to see the whole message, the message don't exist anymore. You know what I mean? So I know who they leave the messages, and I know how the message starts. I just don't know anything else, you know? So they got deleted messages. So I don't think they're even human. And then they wrote under a different name, like a different person, the exact same message, and they got deleted as well. And I was only able to read the same words, the same exact distance. So they're fake, or they're just trying to do some crazy shit. So let me handle it. I'll pick someone to give them that stuff to. But that's how crazy my channel is, that I got fake people, robots, or just fake irritate people from, no offense for India, but like India or Russia or whatever, that are just trying to fuck with me. Or maybe they just feeling me, so they picked the girl's name thinking you know what I mean? And then they were just like writing all types of shit. Because that's how you get them. Nobody wants to write their address. I say my address. I've said my address a million times. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm a real human, and I don't give a fuck about nothing. Nothing. You know what I mean? So that's where we at. Where we at with that. So that's a Bozo Chronicle right there. There's no winner for that giveaway. I don't give a fuck. Because as you can see, I got plenty. Michael Kors shit, Coach shit, Michael Kors shirt, Michael Kors wallet, fucking Michael Kors this, DKNY, a whole kit set up, Martha's Vineyard, something Vineyard, fucking outfit, you know, pants, you know, like, I don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? Like, and that's just the stuff that I'm willing to sell. Like, I already closed my store down a while ago, and I sold what I was willing to sell. Like, I still got shit. Like, I'll put it so you can see it. Burberry watch. And if you, wait a minute. I just put it in here just to put it in here, but I'll take it out. My Michael Kors watch. You know what I mean? And if I showed you my belt, my Burberry belt, and there's more. There's plenty more. But those are shit that I plan on keeping. Now, I'm gonna tell the story. I'm gonna try to keep this as straight as possible. The story is, you guys, a couple of you that seen the video know about the shit about the deuce we got when we were in Collins. Collins won. We made the street news. Now, they didn't know what they had. The guys that got the shit on visit, because what they were doing is, I don't have one, but they have like get well soon, or I love you dad, or happy birthday, any card from a fucking CVS or Genevieve, you know, one of those places. They would have like a fucking pan or whatever the fuck they use with deuce, liquefied deuce, you know, because that's how I think you can get it if you don't want to spray it on that shit. I don't know. I don't know. But they would soak it all into that card. And then when it dries, right, I love you, dad, I miss you, or hey, baby, I hope you come home soon to make your parole, whatever. And then they mail it with a different return address. And then they mail it. There's nothing to test that. Nothing. You know how many hours and days and days and days it would take them to test every single piece of paper morsel? Come on now. It's getting in. You know, so I got in. And, I'll use this. I got even other phones now. Like, I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my thing. You know, even tablets unopened. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing my thing. But, you know, Gucci. But, stop flexing. But, they were selling a page like this, piece of that card about that big, the top part, about that big. I'll bring it closer. Bring it further, put it towards my face, you know, $10. All right? And motherfuckers, it was paper. They were cutting it up into itty bitty flakes and mixing it with like tobacco, you know, like regular tobacco, because people roll cigarettes in prison. There's only a few people that smoke the Newports. They get the money. They get their people to spend money and give them money, so they buy Newports, or they get people to buy the Newports in the street and send them to them. I smoked the rollies. I didn't give a fuck. Now I don't smoke. Now if I can find it. It was right here. Oh, it is still here. I just vape. It's fucking way cleaner. You never smell like cigarette. Bath don't smell like smoke. Your room don't smell like smoke. Especially if you can't smoke in the room. You know, so they were giving that much, and people were mixing it, and they were mixing a lot of it. 39 people went to the hospital in one day. That made the street news. We watched it sitting down. The people that didn't wind up in the fucking getting shot with Narkings, they didn't know what the fuck you were on, and, you know, winding up in a box because, you know, eventually you came out of it. We were just sitting down watching news, and all of a sudden we're hearing about Collins won, and about the shit that's in here. And, oh shit, you can see the DKM one. And we're like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, yo, this shit, is that official? It sent 39 motherfuckers to the hospital? Collins one only has 400 at a max. It's usually like 360 or whatever, but 400 at a max. 39 people out of that is a huge amount. Collins 2, which is across the street, but it's the same, it's Collins, but still, there's a street that blocks 1 and 2. We never see them. I don't know why. I'll just call it a different facility, but it's the same. They were fiending for our shit. They were ready to give us strips of fucking chinita, you know, chinita for fucking just little bits. But once they found out that shit was that strong, they were like, oh shit, we can't do that no more. Someone's gonna tell. We're gonna go to jail. So they started selling pieces like that you could see. Pieces like that for $10. They went from selling a fucking Post-it, you know, like what a Post-it looks like, for $10, you know, brick, $10, to a fucking, like a milligram worth of chinita size for $10. But that was more than enough. Because if you put a little itty bitty piece on a regular cigarette that you roll, you put it in the beginning, and you light it up and pull it. I mean, you get tobacco with it too, but you hold that shit in like it's crack, blow it out, you have an epi. You having a fucking epi. I've had epis. Well, I was stuck on my cube, but I had a good cube. I was away from the COs, and I was by a window, so I take my hip, blow it out the window, and I just be wiggling on the fucking bed, just wiggling. And then looking at all the people laughing at them and shit, and he'd be like, yo, this nigga's fucked up. But I knew how to do it and when to do it. I ain't gonna do it when they call program, and I gotta program, and I gotta walk fucking like a retard by fucking cops, and like some people were butt ass naked and grabbing COs asking, thinking a demon or something was coming after. Like, it was just crazy. But now these people that got fucked up, they went to the box. Now, if you have a piece of paper that's a drug, you know, also chinita, that's a strip. But if you have a piece of paper that's a drug, the best place to put it is something like this. A book. You just open it up, put it right in there. You can even leave it wherever the fuck you want. They will never find it. They'll go like that at the most and wiggle it, and they'll never find it. It's yours. Now, that's where they put it. Smart inmates. Smart. They went to the box. After like a day, 2 at the most, you get called down to get your property that you want. You know, you get some whites, you know, you get some shit. And you get to pick, I think, 5 things. 5 or 6, but I think it's 5. Books or magazines, like 2 magazines, 3 books, you know, what, 5. So the motherfuckers were like, yo, I want that book, that book, that book, that book, that book. And all these motherfuckers that had a ton of shit when it was getting sold for $10 had it in the box now. So now they were selling fucking pieces. You know, you run that fucking, you know, your line, your fishing line. I can explain fishing lines to you guys on another video. I was an evil fisher. I was a pro fisher, professional. Now, they fish for it. Boom, they got it in. I could tell you how to light too. You know what I mean? Like, there was infinite light, because you could take the headphone parts. You know, if people leave, you keep their headphones. You know, sometimes they ask for it, but they're supposed to have everything in their bag, and they just leave. That's it. Now, the extension piece is actually the part that you can use, but you can't use the headphone wires, or the other way around. It's been a little bit. It's one of the two. That the one wire, it's not a real wire. It's like plasticky wire, and the other one is real, like copper wire. I forget which one of the two. Let's say it's the extension piece, because they give extension pieces. You got your headphones that were only this long, but you had to plug into the wall. So it plugs into the extension thing that plugs into the wall. You can put it channel 1, put the plug in channel 2, or put it in 3. It's like rap, rock, and news, pretty much. Rap, hip hop, news, you know, whatever. And but you can use the wire. You can get a wire. You bite it. You know, you get the wire, and then you could put it. I'll move it a little bit. They don't look exactly like this, but you put a piece of wire in inside the little spots of the light switch, and you touch that wire, and you get a little spark, and on your wire, you make something where you put a piece of cotton from the Q-tips or whatever, and when that thing does spark, because you touch it to inside, and then you ground it out, you know, by the sink, because the sink is metal, and that makes a spark, and your man, you know, your roommate is holding the piece next to it, or you could just do it yourself. You know, you have the fur right there, you know, right there stuck with a piece of toothpaste, and then you spark right next to it, and then you can light up. It's fucking easy. It's really easy to fucking light off this shit. But, so they were smoking it. Now the ambulance was coming onto the property, jumping up, and getting called to the box. So not only did 39 people in Collins 1, I think this was year like 017 or something. No, I was supposed to go home. 3 weeks before I was supposed to go home, I caught fucking dirty. And I was just maxed. I was like, fuck you guys. You know, I was trying to max out the whole time, but I was like, getting lucky for a long time. I was like almost ready to go home. So I was like, all right, let me just chill out. But they gave me that fucking dirty the 3 weeks before. Cause I was in college too. I was the only one who had that fucking that deuce. They were all over me. They were like, yo, you got that deuce? I was giving itty bitty pieces of it for fucking big ass pieces of chinita. I came up dirty for chinita. You know what I mean? I ain't come dirty for that shit because they don't have a test for every strain of that shit. And I don't think that shit was deuce anyway. I think it was like some chemical stuff, like fentanyl mixed with angel dust. Like for something so tiny, one hit could put you into an epi. That's not deuce, bro. We used to have some deuce called death. And a lot of you people might know about it. That was a big thing in Franklin. And like that was like 3 hits, you're having an epi. You know what I mean? Even seasoned smokers that were just regular smokers will be like, yo, let me see that. They're like, yo, chill, man. You already took a hit. Chill the fuck out. Take little hits with that shit. You know what I mean? And they would take big hits and hold it. And all of a sudden, they stuck. They stuck, whether they're at the poke table, because we sometimes take a smoke inside, right at the poke table. You know, you spray your Muslim oil, but they gotta be stuck. We be like, all right, you don't have to anything in, you don't have to do nothing, just chill out. We got your back. Give them cold water and shit. But a lot of times the people, even I did it, would go in the bathroom in the store and smoke. Those motherfuckers sometimes would just be stuck on the toilet bowl by themselves for 6 fucking hours. I mean, they probably handling themselves, but stuck. Because they were paranoid to walk. They don't know what's outside. That happened to me before. I got stuck in the toilet bowl. I did not know what was outside. I didn't even know if I would be able to walk. That's how good death was. Death was the shit until this. I thought death was death. That's why it's called death. Death was the shit. Death was putting the people who were seasoned vets out of commission. And then this, you know what I mean? I would smoke this. I never got caught. This was Collins. There was a big shower, pretty big shower. You put it with a little curtain, but you put towel over it. It was blocked, and the rest of it was like wall. You were pretty much in like a cave. It felt like it was good. And you turn on all the water, you know, because it was one at a time. And then I'd have my stick. I'd take a fucking few hits first while the other waters were running. You know, I'm butt-ass naked because no other men in the shower. And then I put it out. I put it on top for a minute. Or put it on my chair, in my pants, because I had my chair with my stuff. And I'd be holding on top, on the wall, wiggling. Like, holy shit. If someone fucking asked next for the shower, they gotta wait. And I would be fucked up. I mean, I would try to, like, handle myself. I couldn't even handle myself because I couldn't even think. I couldn't even move my arm right to handle myself, jerk my shit. Shit was crazy, yo. Shit was crazy. So anybody who was in prison around that time either did it or knows about it or heard about it or whatever. It was around 018, 017, 018, one of those two. In Franklin, and it made the street news. You can probably Google it and it'll fucking be there, but I don't think you can write deuce, but maybe you can. But we watched it on the news. It was fucked up. It was fucked up. I have never did a drug more stronger than that. I mean, I'm gonna call it deuce, but I personally don't think it was deuce. I think it was like fentanyl and acids, you know, acid. Fentanyl with angel dust, and they just liquefied everything in that piece of paper. And you just needed this itty bitty piece. And you don't smoke by smell, you smoke with your man. You know, you cut that into like glitter, and you spread it out, and you put a little tobacco, or you put a little deuce, real paper, you know, like the deuce. You guys know deuce, or you put bud, regular bud with it. One time I remember I was like, yo, I had this guy that was my man. We always bought together when we was smoking. And I was getting sick of this shit because like it wasn't that good. It wasn't like the old school shit. And I was just like, it was strong. It was still strong. Like little pieces, all you need. But I wanted to be like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. But I never was. We never put that much in there, I guess. But one time, I went to go to use the bathroom, and my man was already about to smoke. He's like, yo, John, because I'm John everywhere. Prison, jail, I'm John everywhere. Home, you know. Yo, John, not you? I'm like, yeah, that's me. What's up, my man? He's like, yo, sit in the stool next to me, man. I'm like, yo, I already know what time it is, you know. I was like, yo, just to let you know I'm taking a shit, but obviously I ain't gonna touch my ass and touch, like, say no more, man. I don't care, you know what I mean? I know you good. So I went and did it, smoking with him, and he was like, yo, I'm gonna put it out. I only got like one nasty hit. And I'm like, you ain't putting it out. We smoking the whole fucking thing. Stop being like that. I took another big ass hit and held that in, and I was like, yo, I think we need to put it out. That's all I remember. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, by myself. One answer psych is calling me. So, hold on. I'm going to hit pause, and then I'll be back with you. Alright. I had to answer that phone. That was the psych, because I had some shit that happened. I was like threatening and saying, I'm gonna walk out and see who's a man, say what the fuck is up. I'm gonna throw shit through my fucking window. I'm gonna break everything. I'm gonna fucking stab something. I'm gonna fucking cut people. I don't give a fuck about nothing. You know, I was doing some shit, so they thought I was going crazy. I probably was. But that's what I do, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like someone was fucking with me, and I was like, I just want to name why am I being fucked with. Nothing in my life changed but where I am. And since I got here and this program, my meds now are being fucking changed or fucked or took away. Like, no, not happening. I'll go to a different doctor and fucking get them continued, and I'll call on you that you're fucking, you know, didn't wean me off. You know, like, I just went to, I threatened the world. I did a whole bunch of shit. I was crying too. I'll admit, see, this is not a channel. I was crying. But not crying, oh, I hurt my leg, there you go. I was crying because I was fucking, I was like, I just want to fuck you. I want to cut someone, I want to hurt someone, you know, like, but I was crying. John was crying, you know, so that lady was just calling just to make sure I'm all right, and she's going to leave an email for my counselor, you know, my therapist, that he's okay now. He's not going to cut nobody or stab nobody. That literally was said. You're not going to cut nobody. You're not going to stab nobody. No, not no more. Not no more. All right. But I think I held you guys long enough. That was Bozo Chronicle about that story about the blood. I mean the deuce that made the street news. And, you know, I couldn't even do that. I couldn't even handle myself. But guys, I know you don't want to hear it. Maybe you girls do. It don't work. I tried to go nuts because everything feels real. You feel like you really got a girl, and after years of prison, you're like, I couldn't keep my arm wasn't moving right. You know what I mean? Like, and I was wiggling in, and I you know, my head came too close to the wall. You know, it was just all whack. So that was Bozo Chronicle. I was the Bozo of that chronicle. You know what I mean? But sorry about that phone call. But when you say you want to stab people and break windows and cut people, you know, just give me a name and they done. I don't care if I'm self-sacrificing. I don't care if I'm going back to prison. Someone's getting hurt. I don't even care if they're involved. They're getting hurt. You know, I made them uncomfortable. You know, but everything's fixed. Everything I'm getting what I'm supposed to get. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's tattoo. I'm getting what I'm supposed to get. I'm getting it in a little bit. Sometimes you gotta be a man. Sometimes you gotta threaten a few people, but because I know certain things. When you sign HIPAA forms, you sign it. You also sign who you want to have the access to your medical information, like free there, give them consent. The day you start giving them the consent, and the day your consent for them ends. You don't do all that, you didn't finish doing the HIPAA form. And I do that on purpose. You Google it and you can find out. I do that on purpose because they don't know. They don't know. I just sign it. So it's incomplete. So if you do something I don't like, I call on you for breaking my HIPAA law. I'll threaten you, you know, with that. So certain things, I may have brain damage, but certain things I'm an idiot savant at. I could fucking invest. And, you know, I know about the law. I know certain shit. So I hope this video helped you. because I know people nowadays don't like when, you know, the helping stuff. I'm trying my best to do, but I'm going to counseling the 27th, Access VR, where I start to do my schooling to be a counselor. But you start as a peer something, like you don't just start as a counselor. You got to get a little more credentials and experience. But that's it, and I'll see you guys real soon. And I had a fake winner for my giveaway. Out of the 2 people that fucking did the right thing, it was a 50-50, and I chose a non-human. So we could laugh at me for that. And someone else, the guy who told me to make a Bozo Chronicle, he's like, that's because you only got 2 people watching, two viewers. That's all you got. I was like, you're right. And I'm one of them, too, because I give myself the thumbs up. So I'm one of the viewers. I really only got one other viewer. Like, you know, because I can laugh at myself. But I hope you guys enjoy your day. I hope you guys get high, because that shit's legal as a motherfucker. Like bud. Regular bud. That's legal, even recreation. Enjoy your day, man.